Last year I predicted that Jessica Pegula will win the WTA finals and we all know how that worked out, so this time around I am not that confident in my abilities, so I decided to ask for help. First I asked ChatGPT type of AI to predict the finals and it refused to do it. Then I asked one of my friends to help me out with the predictions, but they politely declined, so I was left with no help. Until I thought of this. Yes, I decided to create all of the ladies in a video game to simulate WTA finals there. Is it the smartest way to do things? I doubt it, but we are here to have fun and experiment. So let's not waste any more time and let's start off with simulating the Bacalar group, which consists of Aryna Sabalenka, Elena Rybakina, Jessica Pegula and Maria Sakkari. First match we are about to simulate is Rybakina versus Pegula, and Rybakina started off strong with a routine hold and a break from 40-15, but if there is something that we know about Pegula is that she is a fighter, and she proved it by taking the next 4 games in a row. After that run, Rybakina held her serve to make it 4-5, and I'll give you one chance to guess what happened next. Oh, you thought that Pegula will get broken like all women do when they serve in high pressure situations? No, you misogynistic pig, Pegula actually held her serve and won the set. And apparently Jessie was so good in the first set that she took 4 break points from 2 chances, so I'm not sure Rybakina could have done anything here. Second set was easy pickings for Rybakina, but the third set started off with a controversy on Pegula's break point. For some reason Rybakina was allowed 3 serves. Don't ask me why, ask the game developer, but because of this awful mistake Rybakina was able to hold her serve in this crucial game, and of course, as it always happens in tennis, after getting screwed this badly, Pegula didn't recover mentally and dropped her serve the next game. The next hold for Rybakina wasn't easy, she had to save break point, but on deuce for some reason Jessica decided to catch an exotic Cancun vibe in the middle of Rybakina's serve, which led to Elena hitting an ace and then taking the game altogether. And after that Rybakina didn't look back and took the third set 6-2. Her AI celebrated first match victory hard, and then real Rybakina celebrated her Grand Slam win, so that's a great indication as to how realistic this simulation will be. Former Wimbledon champion starts off her WTA finals campaign with 2-1 victory over Jessica Pegula, but next ones up are the world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka and alternate Maria Sakkari. Ladies started off the match with solid holds of serve until the 8th game of the set, where Sabalenka went down love 40. She managed to save 2 break points, but at the third time of asking, Maria was able to break Sabalenka's serve with a fucked up backhand that Tsitsipas would be proud of. Solid hold of serve followed, which meant that one of the tournament's favorites is already in trouble, and the second set started off with trouble as well, as Sakkari had a break point in the first game of the set, but it looked like Maria didn't want to take the break as she reverted to doing Sakkari type of things to let Aryna back into the game, and after that Sabalenka took the game by hitting a jumping forehand that was just a little bit better than her jumping backhand in the final of the US Open. Nevertheless, Sakkari continued to dominate, which resulted into her breaking Aryna's serve in the third game of the second set, but eventually Sabalenka got back into the match and broke Sakkari with this missile of a backhand. Aryna had a set point on Sakkari's serve, which was saved with an ace. After that Sabalenka made 2 crucial mistakes at the net and after chasing an easy drop shot. And her brain farts didn't stop there. She did this on Sakkari's break point. Maria continued playing great tennis, which led to her starting off WTA finals with a huge upset against the world number 1. So after the first match day, Sakkari leads the group with Rybakina in second, Pegula in third, leaving Sabalenka dead last. But now let's move on to the Chetumal group, where Swiatek and Vondrousova will start off the action, but unlike in the previous match, no surprises happened here, as Iga celebrated a comfortable victory against Marketa. Second match of this group was a lot more even until the 8th game of the first set, when Ons broke Gauff serve with an insane forehand. The very next game Jabeur saved a breakpoint with an angle shot that an IG model would be proud of and took the set. In the second set, Ons didn't take her foot off the gas pedal, immediately broke Gauff serve again and got the job done. Final score 6-3, 6-4, which means that Swiatek and Jabeur are in joint first, leaving Gauff and Vondrousova in joint third after the first match day. Back to Bacalar Bacalar group we go, where Sabalenka is looking for redemption against her rival Elena Rybakina. In the first set, Sabalenka was dictating everything that was happening on the court, which resulted in her taking one set lead, but in the second set Sabalenka's level dropped and Rybakina took advantage of that by winning the set 6-2, so it all comes down to this third set. If Sabalenka loses, she is out of the WTA finals after 2 matches, which is definitely not something she was expecting. And to the dismay of the world, number 1 Rybakina gladly took on a role of a heartbreaker as she broke Aryna serve at 3-2, and at 5-3 she was serving to send Sabalenka home. But Aryna said not so fast, as she pulled off some miraculous shots to save match points and take the break, which means that she is now back into the game. No, she's not. She got broken straight away, and instead of fighting for the spot in a semi-final, she will have an opportunity to go to the beach in Cancun, as her last group match will mean nothing. Unlike Aryna, Jessica Pegula didn't want to leave the tournament as she convincingly beat Maria Sakkari in 2 sets to secure an intriguing third match day, where we will find out who is going to be the second player to advance to the semi-finals. In Chetumal group, the situation is the same. First round winners will play against the losers, and the blockbuster Swiatek Gauff match will go on first. Iga was determined to prove that Gauff's winning since he was a fluke, and unfortunately for Coco, this match was one of missed opportunities. In the first set she was up 5-3, but somehow she managed to lose the set 5-7. Second set was a lot better, but in the third it was more of the usual. Swiatek dominated Gauff, imposed her will, and won the third set 6-1, and with this victory both of the US Open finalists are done after 2 matches in Cancun. In the match between Jabeur and Vondrousova, it seemed like Marketa is about to one-up Gauff in terms of squandering opportunities. She was set in a breakup, and then she somehow lost the second set. In the third set she was up 5-2, and minutes later she had to save 5 break points at 5-3, but unlike Coco, Marketa defended the honor of first-time Grand Slam winners and won the match to ensure the Chetumal group will have a meaningful encounter in the last match day. It all comes down to this in the Bacalar group. If Pegula wins, she is through to the semi-finals, and unfortunately for Maria Sakkari and tennis fans, Aryna didn't come to play. Jessica Pegula broke her serve in the first game straight away, won the first set 6-1, and the match was essentially over. Or was it? For some reason, Sabalenka stormed back into the second set to take it 6-2, bringing the suspense back into this match. And boy oh boy did the third set deliver. It was genuinely insane. I can't lie, at that point in time my brain was fried after recording 5 hours of AI playing tennis, but when I say that from 5-4 in the third set this was some of the most entertaining tennis that I have watched in recent months, including real tennis, I mean it. First of all, it looked like it will be a routine win for Pegula as she was serving for the match, but then out of nowhere Aryna decided that she wants to win this match, so she broke Jessica's serve to love. Then she made it 6-5, and a minute later Pegula was down love 30, and I thought to myself, there is no way that this game is going to do her dirty like that. And it didn't. For now at least. So in tie break, Sabalenka got the mini break first after a courageous effort from Pegula didn't work out fully, but even though she lost that point, I just knew that she is not losing this match. But danger was still not averted. It's 4-5 Pegula's serve, and this BS happens. And again I thought to myself, there is no way that the game is going to do her dirty like this, and it didn't. Jessica made it 5-6, and the next point will haunt Sakkari's dreams for a long time. Just to look at this crucial mistake from Aryna at the net. At 6-6 Sabalenka sprayed an awful error, and to end it all Pegula showed her how to play at the net. It was genuinely an insane match, and you have to feel for Sakkari as she beat Rybakina in 3 sets, but unfortunately for her it meant nothing. Or did it? Because after simulating the match thinking that it doesn't matter, I found out that I have royally fucked up. Based on a competition format, tiebreakers work like this. First, obviously, is most number of wins. Second, most number of matches played. Third, head-to-head results if only 2 players are tied. But if 3 players are tied, the tiebreaker is a percentage of sets or percentage of games won. And based on the percentage of sets won, thanks to Maria's victory against Rybakina, she scraped an unlikely 2nd place in the Bacalar group, and together with Jessica Pegula they will both advance to the semi-finals. We can only wish that something like this will happen in real life. And after that we have to move on to Chetumal group, where I would say that Vondrousova had the best chances to advance in the 2nd place. But unfortunately she decided to not turn up. Coco dominated the match and took the W, which meant that Ons only needed to win 1 set to advance, and Coco needed straight set victory from Iga. And Swiatek Jabeur match went the worst way possible for Gauff. First Iga gave her hope by bageling Jabeur in the 1st set, but that hope faded away quickly as Ons remembered that this might be the most important match of her season, and she finally started to perform like she can, which led to her winning 2nd set and advancing to the semis. In the 3rd set battle for the 1st place in the group, Iga was ruthless, she won it 6-3. Therefore the semis are set. It will be Iga Swiatek versus Maria Sakkari and Jessica Pegula versus Ons Jabeur. And surprises didn't stop at the group stages, because Maria Sakkari is about to win the 1st set. No, she's not. Iga broke back from 5-4, held her serve, broke again, and then served out the set. And if you thought that this will all end with an easy W for Swiatek, then you were wrong, because Sakkari won the 2nd set and now all the pressure is on Iga right now. And in the 10th game of the 3rd set, the pressure got to her as she couldn't hold her serve to stay in the match, thus making Maria Sakkari the 1st finalist of the year-end tournament. Iga won more points, had less unforced errors, better serve percentage, but it wasn't enough, and it seems like Iga is planning on following her idol's footsteps by never winning her respective year-end championships. Seeing Sakkari in the finals clearly motivated both ladies in the 2nd semi-finals, because they didn't give an inch to each other until the scary 12th game of the set came, and Pegula couldn't hold her serve due to the score pressure, but does Jessica have another comeback in her? We will see. First she took the 2nd set in a routine fashion, and then at the end of the 3rd set, Pegula repaid her debt to Ons by breaking her in the most important moment of the match. JPEG had no problem holding her serve for the win, which means that Maria Sakkari and Jessica Pegula are in the finals of this AI predicted WTA year-end championship. I think nobody is planning on predicting this final in real life, but here we are, AI has decided otherwise. And based on last year's prediction, I was rooting for Pegula to win it all, and to start it off, it all went well. Jessica took the 1st set and I thought that life is good, but it's not, because Sakkari came back to win the 2nd set, and then she took a break lead in the 3rd as well, and then my OBS crashed. And I'm still so pissed that it didn't record the finish of the match, but I can confirm that the winner of this AI WTA Finals tournament is Maria Sakkari, which basically means that I'm predicting that Maria will win it all. Well, I can't wait until people start laughing at me for that type of prediction. Thanks AI, I appreciate it. But if you made it this far in the video, then please like it to show appreciation for my suffering of watching AI play tennis for almost 10 hours. Also, subscribe to the channel please if you are new, and until next time, take it easy, my friend.